Live on YouTube, live on Facebook. I'm sick as shit, but let's start the show. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Welcome to Crypto Theist for February 13th. I apologize if I'm a little bit low energy. I took Claritin D last night, and I hate ads. I took Claritin D last night, and I'm a little bit out of sorts right now. A lot of developments going on in regard to the Udemy course. I'm still putting together for you guys. A lot of great things I want to share. Like I said, it's going to be a short course. It's going to be completely free. I just want you guys to visit it for the basics, and then go and spread the word. But let's get to talking about the news. First of all, there we go. So basically, there's predictions about Bitcoin having a 10K ceiling right now, or basically that's where some fear is in regard to the overvaluation of Bitcoin. It's up 15% this morning. Let's look at the chart a little bit so we can break it down. I don't do a lot of chart analysis because it's really shit. Like, nobody knows. Everybody's like, oh, the charts are up here, and then there's going to be a vector, and there's a downward V, and it's about to go bullish. You don't fucking know, dude. Just stop acting like you know. You don't know. But I do know that based off the history of Bitcoin, every single time we get near one of the major for some reason, people like round numbers. So every single time we get near one of those major numbers, we start to get a little bit of hesitation, and then some information will push it through. And so basically, we're closing on the $9,000 mark. Currently trading at 8,696. And so, there's going to be some fluctuation, as people are all like, is it worth more than 9,000, or is it not, or whatever. And this is where your altcoins, in my opinion, come into play. Whenever you have these ICOs hitting, whenever you have, these technologies being adopted, that generates the buzz, and that normally pushes it through. What causes it to come down? People, I don't know. I don't know. You can have, some negative market news. I don't think we're going to have as much negative market news in the near future, as we have this adoption of the technology taking place across the globe. I talked yesterday about Arizona allowing you to pay for your taxes in cryptocurrency. I've talked about regulation, being a thing, and not prohibition. So, as we start to ease up on, a lot of the fear in regard to how cryptocurrencies is going to be handled, we're going to start seeing, more of these breakout numbers. Some people predicted 50,000 being the high point for Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to go that high. I really don't. I mean, but, I can eat my words. We were up almost near, 20K before. Another freaking ad. We're up almost near 20K before the new year. So you don't know, as adoption begins to be a thing in regard to cryptocurrencies in general, and Bitcoin continues to be the coin that people hedge against. We could see that, but then once again, that's another main thing. If you have a contender for the throne, then yeah, you're going to see Bitcoin drop and that new technology be adopted. Bitcoin Cash, they thought it wasn't going to do anything. And now Bitcoin Cash is valued at, it's number 4 in regard to market cap, and it's at $1,245 a coin and 90 cents, and only down 1.88%. So and it's a superior technology in regard to speed and scaling, and so yeah, that could be that could hold take the number one spot at some point. But right now, Bitcoin is still king with the top market cap. Okay. I do want to talk. We were just talking about the government. I do want to talk about some of the developments in regard to crypto currency. Where did I put that bad boy? Basically, there is a push. That's the random comment. That's B token. Going back to that later on. That's me. I don't know where I put that. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so basically, there's talk about Congress regulating their not regulating, but Congress reporting Bitcoin usage, and I'm for this. I think it was on was it? Yeah, CCN. Yeah, it was CCN. Let me get there. I'll find it again. There we go. Members of Congress should disclose cryptocurrency holdings. I want to talk a bit about this. Cryptocurrency is supposed to be, was supposed to be a way. I mean, it's supposed to revolutionize the financial industry, how we communicate, how we share, how we invest in things, and I'm all for it. I wouldn't run this channel if I wasn't all for it. But we talk about, disclosure and transparency being a thing, and while I think for private citizens, your cryptocurrency holdings, are really your business, in my opinion. You shouldn't be able to walk and walk up to somebody. You can't walk up to somebody and ask them like, what's in your bank account. And expect them to disclose that to you. It should be the same way for cryptocurrency. But the moment that you go public as a public figure that's elected, that can be influenced by money, we have a history in this country of asking you to report your earnings. Now, the consequences of doing so, I mean, even if you yeah, you could be a millionaire and run for office and whatnot, and it may not actually do anything for you to disclose your holdings or hurt you, but the people should know, who they're investing in, and who's investing in who's investing alongside them. So I'm for this. I think there should be transparency. If you're a member of Congress, you should disclose every single wallet you have, every single trade you've conducted, all of that. If you have to disclose stocks, you should have to disclose this too, because it's very, very easy for individuals to cloak. We don't want secret politicians being bought with dark money. And we require transparency for that. The same techniques can be applied to cryptocurrency, and even more so because it's so out there. And yeah, there's a bunch of ways people could take advantage of insider trading in regard to cryptocurrency. Fund their entire campaigns. Nazis could be funding candidates. We wouldn't even know it. Not to say it's not going on now, but yeah, we wouldn't even know it because cryptocurrency is designed to be be pretty. Let me turn this off, making a bunch of noise. Sorry, no, my handle is. We get into it. Yeah, let's just turn the volume down. So when that does pop, it doesn't make a lot of noise. But yeah, cryptocurrency is designed to be pretty inconspicuous, and especially when you have cryptocurrencies like Monero and whatnot. Like I might even be thinking you might need to get rid of cryptocurrencies or liquefy your cryptocurrency holdings altogether, because I don't think that there's going to be a way to identify who gave what to whom in this new economy. There's going to be so many different ways for people to hide their identity and give crypto to individuals via proxy. So you might need to liquefy or freeze those assets. So no further funds can be added. Once you start campaigning or whatever. I don't know, but transparency needs to exist. If I'm electing somebody, I need to know if they're holding crypto, and I need to know how much and with whom, because that's definitely going to influence their policy and their investment practices, their policy and practices, domestically and abroad. So, that being said, let's go on to the B token. All right. So, I forgot who recommended this to me, but basically, I'm going to go through these comments, and I've been trying to figure out ways to create content that you want to see, content that's interesting to you. I don't do pump and dump scams. I don't do, I don't shill coins, that I select or whatever. If there's something that you have out there that you want me to talk about, I'll talk about it, like I'm doing today. So the B token, I checked into this and I thought it was pretty. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Let me get my windows. Get your windows together, Brandon. Get your windows together. All right, here we go with the B token. All right, so let's give a little bit of background about the B token. Let me play this for you so you can see.
Hi, I'm Jordan Ong. I'm head of product at the B token.
Hi, my name is Tony Tran, and I'm the CTO of the B token.
Hello, my name is Ali Ayash, and I am a lead engineer on the B token.
Over the past few years, we've seen tremendous growth in the cryptocurrency industry. However, we haven't seen that growth translate to usage of the blockchain in people's daily lives. We want to change that by applying the power of the blockchain to mainstream applications, starting with home sharing. BNest is a decentralized home sharing platform powered by our own B protocols. Our platform will enable guests to connect with hosts, book stays at their homes, and pay for the visit. And unlike centralized housing platforms, where the hosts and guests don't benefit from their contribution to the success of the platform, the success of our community will be shared among everyone participating in the network. Other housing platforms charge double-digit commission fees to return value to investors and pay for company overhead. With BNest, we will be able to charge a 0% commission fee because the blockchain enables peer-to-peer transactions without a middleman.
All centralized housing platforms have personal information of their users sitting on the servers. It's waiting to be hacked. By using the blockchain, BNest will offer stronger security to the housing market by decentralizing this information.
The B protocols are a set of payment arbitration and reputation protocols created for decentralized applications in the sharing economy. We want to shorten development cycles, reduce integration costs, and help developers bootstrap their user networks. We want to make it easy for others to help us build the future sharing economy.
We believe the blockchain has the power to radically change how we live. That's why we are creating one of the first real-world applications of the blockchain, while also providing developers with the tools to build applications like ours. Join us in building the future of the sharing economy. I'm John Chow, co-founder and CEO of B Token. Thank you for your support.
So that's a B token. I mean, I like it. I mean, I like it a lot. And I like it for a couple of reasons, and I'll tell you why. One is the fact that I can see where it's going. Like, I mean, whenever they were talking initially about the token, they were talking about it in reference to, basically pretty much like making home sharing, accessible, home sharing investment accessible to everyone and cutting out the middleman, so you don't have to deal with, Airbnb or whatever. And you receive more, return for that. But then you can also invest in, an Airbnb via the B token. So basically, like you receive a return, but then also, those people who invest in this economy can also receive a return in a way that they don't right now. But then I want you to look at something real quick. So this is why you got to study the tech and study who is behind the technology. I read the white paper, and I'll go to that shortly too. But I was studying the tech, and I was looking at these guys. What do you see here? Uber, right? So these individuals have a background in not just this technology, but I can see where they're going. Like, this is going to be the preliminary product that's going to be focusing on home sharing. But when this thing goes to car sharing, when this company goes to car sharing, it's going to be over. It's going to be over. They'll be able to take Uber by storm, unless Uber comes up with their own blockchain sharing. Because one of the main things that Uber had dealt with was grievances. Got to turn this off again. Was grievances by drivers who were complaining, about not receiving, benefits, getting screwed out of peak times and this, that, and the third, but basically not being treated as, real employees. That was how Uber was able to get around, paying them, benefits, and, they had to pay for car repairs and whatnot on their own. This is actually the foundation for a potential Uber competitor. That can basically democratize the way that company is run, and also increase the amount of benefits and the returns to the drivers. So I'm really interested about this platform and where it can go. I also saw a couple other things too that were pretty cool about the B token, and that was in the actual white paper. Let me open that up for you right now. Excuse me, I'm congested. Freaking, I don't know if I have the flu or if it's allergies coming on early. It's crazy, but I'm trying to get through it with you people. I'm trying to get through it. I promised you this review, so I'm gonna get it to you. So basically, it does this thing called PAR, or basically payment, arbitration, and reputation. And so basically, holding the token will allow you to benefit from this economy. But then tokens are also used for evaluating, different levels of, this structure. So there's a reputation score that you'll have, an arbitration score, and then a payment the payment structure. So you use the B token to pay for your actual home. Let's say you're renting or whatever, or renting from somebody or whatever. So you pay for your rental with the B token. But then also, if there's any kind of dispute that happens or whatever, you can also be an arbitrator, not in that particular situation. If you're also holding on that network, you can volunteer to be an arbitrator and stake a certain amount of tokens, during that arbitration process. Because basically, whenever you rent, whenever they rent, your tokens are staked temporarily, basically during that stay, and then you have a certain amount of time to contest if for some reason, like, the bathroom was broken, or something happened, you're renting and somebody broke your shit, you didn't like the facilities, as a rentor. So that's where arbitration comes into play. You have a complaint, right? That was my concern. Like, how do you handle complaints? So it's unique in that individuals who hold tokens on the network can volunteer to be arbitrators, and so you come in and you can receive tokens by resolving disputes. Like, individuals will have to submit stuff like police reports or take photos of the damaged materials or whatever, and then they crowdsource the result in regard to how much the individuals should be compensated, or reimbursed, depending on the evidence that's been presented to them. So, given if you see something like a police report and this individual, has obviously damaged the property in some fashion, you can say, that person needs to be compensated or reimbursed, 100%, for their property. And so then the B tokens go to that individual. And that's how conflicts are resolved in a communal nature. So I don't see a bunch of ways. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you see any ways, or if you have any ideas about how this could be, gamed or scammed, let me know. But I think it's a pretty solid way, to make sure or guarantee that individuals, are individuals have a solid reputation, because you build up a reputation on the blockchain, on the immutable blockchain. You can see how conflicts are going to be resolved, and then you can also see payments. So I like it a lot, so check it out. The white paper is out here. It's B token. What is the btoken.com. Check it out. It's a really cool token. They've reached their ICO token sale, so that's done. But it will hit market, and I think it's going to take off. And I think also it's going to the following token. I really want to follow this group, this development group, because I can almost bet you that they're going to do a similar token, but for ride sharing. And when they do that, and you can make money back on the rides that you get, because not only are you used Uber, but imagine if you got a certain amount of return for every single Uber that's been called. Every single Uber, you're invested in that company like that. You're being compensated in some shape, form, or fashion, whether it be through tokens or dividends or whatever. That's a sound investment. So you can see where this is going, and how this can be a pretty lucrative investment if you get in at the ground level. So that being said, that's the B token. If there's any B token reps out there or whatever, you got a good product, and and I'm looking forward to seeing where you're going to go. But yeah, I talk a lot about respecting the tech and investing and investigating your white papers, and this is a solid team. Not just the advisors, because anybody can say my uncle, cousin, nephew, or whatever is advising us. They have solid advisors, but this centralized team is quite awesome. It's quite awesome. You got Uber, you got Google, you got Facebook. Any and every major player is here that can take this project to the next level and will sustain it. So and there's some reviews and stuff down here. So these are all the hallmarks of a solid project. I've been to their Telegram. It's a solid Telegram. Good questions, good responses, good response times. So this is not a token where I feel like you would lose a bunch of your money in regard to trying to back it. It's a sound investment. That's all I can say. So that brings me to the last piece. I'm going to let you guys go. But the $10 giveaways tomorrow. Continue to submit those white papers. Because I need the content, and I don't want to be just somebody out here shilling coins. Let me know, what token is good to you, what you're interested in, what information you want to know about that token. But yeah, B token today. Goodbye. All right. I'm giving away $10 worth of Litecoin tomorrow. So, and it's only going to be to subscribers. So, subscribe to Facebook, subscribe to YouTube, and yeah, I'll do the random generator, giving away, 10 USD Litecoin. And Litecoin is doing, pretty good right now in the market. So, respect the tech, and talk to you guys later.